It's YouTube Wednesday!
So we're going to make us some pumpkins with Great Stuff foam. And there is one technique to take a form like a beach ball or a balloon, and you put Great Stuff all around it, and you sand that Great Stuff down in order to make it nice and smooth. And you can get a decent pumpkin out of it. Project time on that is, well, it's a long time. I'm going to do a alternate technique, which I think is faster and eliminates a lot of, if not all of, the sanding. So, let's get started. This is just some print fabric. I make a lot of masks out of fabric and I vacuum latex into the fabric. But this is just a regular old thin print fabric. I need a couple pieces of it that are at least big enough to go around whatever form I'm using. In this case, it's a beach ball that I bought at Walgreens, and these beach balls were 2 for $1. The fabric does not really fit into the pumpkin design at all. It's a different device, so it doesn't matter what the fabric is. It can just be white fabric or whatever. But it also needs to be really wet. A bucket of water here. I'm going to get this good and wet. I'm going to soak this fabric completely. Alright, then I'm just going to wring it out. Once I wring it out, I have another piece of fabric, a little bit bigger than the first one, but still it just has to go around the ball. And I'm going to put that other fabric in the bucket. It's not important that you do that. It only has to be as wet as this one is. No big deal. Let me get that out of the way. Because clean table space is at a premium in the Hops shop. So this one here, I want to lay out this fabric. Again, I don't care which side it up. This fabric will be messed up. So if you're going to build a wedding dress or something, you should probably pick some other fabric. I'm going to take nozzle side, put that down, and I'm going to gather all the rest of this up on top. Just like you would normally gather up something. Like I'm making a big old hobo pouch because the wife kicked me out. Just like that. Okay, here. And you'll get these folds here, which are, just a big fold in the fabric. Pull those up so that you have, a smaller fold. All right, because everywhere you pulled up a corner, in between those two corners, you'll have one of these folds. And some won't make it all the way up to the top, that's fine. And I'm going to electrical tape this together. Do I have to use electrical tape? No. Could I use a zip tie? Sure. Could I use string? Sure. But electrical tape I buy a lot of at Harbor Freight. It is cheap and useful, and it works really well for this purpose. All right, there we go. Now I have this piece here which didn't quite fit in. It's kind of flopping down, so I'm going to make sure that I get that tucked in. I don't want that beach ball exposed. Set this aside, my little bundle of pumpkin joy. I have my second piece of fabric. Once again, I am spreading it out. It's like, Alan, you said you're making a spray foam pumpkin. You haven't done anything with spray foam yet. Well, that part is coming. That is next, actually. So I want it nice and flat. I don't care what kind of spray foam you use to start off. I'm going to use this Fire Great Stuff. It happens to already be orange. I like to paint them anyway. It doesn't matter that it's orange. You want to one-step it and you want to pay more for spray foam, use this stuff. I happen to have it. I think the original Great Stuff works the best. And that is simply this that I put out to a nice shape. This part, I have this nice nub up top. I'm going to put the other side down. This side goes down. I'm going to nestle that in. Now I'm going to build up around it. That's a 24-inch beach ball. I'm using more than 1 can of Great Stuff. All right, I have a layer all the way around. Once again, I'm just going to pull this up so that I get coverage onto this beach ball. Here, here, here. And this last corner, let's pull it up. I now have a bundle of Great Stuff Joy right here. And I'm going to electrical tape the top of this little package so that it's in there. I've gone about 5 times around the top. Now, I'm going to go and make my pumpkin divisions. All right, so I'm taking my tape. I'm going around it. Here, I'm going to follow that same tape line one more time. Up top. Then I'm going to go around this once. I'm going to go back down, but I'm taking a different route. Different route. And I'm squeezing that together. Going down the same tape route. I'm going to go do each tape route 2 times, okay? Boom. Around one more time. Now go this way down this pumpkin. I'm making sure that I cross at the bottom and at the top. At the top, I can wrap around my stem. Okay? I'll wrap around the stem one time. And I have 2 big areas that haven't been bisected yet by tape. I'm going to go through this first one. Boom. And through this second. Once again, I'm going twice through there, guys. I'm wrapping around. All right, now I'm looking for any irregularities. This big pointy bit right here, that's an irregularity. So I'm going to push it and smooth it out. Push it. I can feel that foam in there. I'm going to move that foam around. If my electrical tape is split, I'm going to put them together. I had that happen in one spot. All right. Now, I wait. I'll come right back to this. It's been about an hour. I feel pretty good that the water in the fabric, both the inside and the out, has helped this cure a lot. I feel a bit of give to it. That's pretty common. I can rip off this one big lump that happened up here, and I can see that I've got a good skin on the outside. Inside, it's not sticking to me. So pretty much everywhere in here, and this was a big deep one, that's pretty thick. I don't think it's going to be much thicker than that inside of here. I'm going to go and take the tape off. It's been an hour, so I'm taking off the tape. I'm actually going to try and save this fabric so I can use it again to make another pumpkin. Because if I can, that keeps my cost down. I am being very gentle, and I'm just trying to separate the fabric away from the foam. there are quite a few folds, nooks, and crannies to dig this out of. So this is a process. You can, if you're not careful, of course, rip the foam. It does stick to the fabric some, but not like you'd think, because that fabric was wet. So this fabric can be used again. Never had to cut it. The pumpkin itself, I have a smooth skin. The fabric made it have a smooth skin. I'm ugly up on top here, but I'm going to use spray foam to build up some vines over top of this and to build a stem. And that's going to be a pretty sweet fairy tale pumpkin. So here's the ugly boogered top. I'm going to go ahead and just lay down some spray foam and use it to make some vines and a nice stem. For my stem, I'm going to take a wet paper towel and use that to help shape the stem. Once again, I'm going to leave this set for a bit with this wet paper towel sitting on it for about an hour. I'm going to leave this set for a bit with this wet paper towel sitting on it for about an hour. So my stem came out a little more bulbous than I wanted. It's a very humid day here in Texas. It's actually raining on us right now, but it's been, I don't know, 25 minutes or so. And I can always work on shaping this. If I have to carve anything down, I want it to be the stem and not necessarily the bulk of the pumpkin. I'm actually going to go ahead and put a base coat of paint on this. So let's do that. Spray foam, you could use spray paint on. A lot of people think because it's not EPS, it's not expanded polystyrene, which is eaten by spray foam. Spray foam's fine to spray paint. Some people believe it is not, so they're wrong. Now, you probably can see that in between some of the lines, some of the fabric is showing, because I got those lines nice and deep with the tape. I don't mind that, because I always paint in there a nice dark color anyway to emphasize the pumpkininess of it. Alright, so the black that I laid down on here is just an undercoat for a dry brush that I'm about to do. You absolutely could paint this whole thing with just latex house paint, or even acrylics. You could paint it however you want. I chose the, often I'll put a coat of leak seal on, which makes it all black, then I'll dry brush it. But you want to do something that'll protect it from UV, because spray foam in general does not handle UV very well. And I'm going to a brush paint with the stem, just a bit of green. Fake pumpkin.